मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
Hi everybody. In 2014, when Modi ji was elected as the Prime Minister of India, he got the entire nation excited by the idea of smart cities.
अगर हम चाहें तो हम 100 नए शहरों का सपना आज देश की आवश्यकता के लिए कर सकते हैं।
सपना हिंदुस्तान के 100 शहरों को शंघाई जैसा बनाने का।
इस काम के लिए इतने पैसे दिए जाएंगे वो नहीं, ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा जन आंदोलन है। आप चाहोगे, हम सोच रहे हैं, आपका सुझाव है, हमारी योजना बन रही है, 2 कदम आगे। आप देखिए, देखते ही देखते स्मार्ट सिटी लिख जाएंगे।
The BJP government promised to revolutionize the entire country with 100 smart cities, and it was said that smart cities will have AI, machine learning, IoT, zero traffic, spotless roads, and the vision was to turn Indian cities into European standard cities. Basically, the vision was to do something like this.
देश को स्मार्ट इंडिया में बदलने की शुरुआत हो चुकी है।
Smart cities will have efficient public transportation and affordable housing for poor. The mounds of garbage will disappear, sewers won't overflow, there will be affordable housing for all, plenty of water to drink.
And the fun fact is that after 1.64 lakh crores in expenses, the government says that 94% of the total urban projects have already been completed. But sadly, this is what our smart cities look like today.
From trains to flights, the city's heartbeat is paralyzed. Yeah, millions spend hours stuck in traffic, not building codes, but burning fuel and time.
It is different from the expectations built up in the selling of dreams.
Absolutely no development. So you will have to recheck what they mean by smart and come back to us. Nothing is sustainable, everything is the same.
Today, Mumbai still floods with one heavy rain. It still takes 2 hours to travel 10 kilometers in Bangalore. And Delhi's air is still so toxic that breathing it is equal to smoking 10 cigarettes a day. And here's the irony. India is now a $4 trillion economy, and we are trying to beat Germany and Japan. But somehow, none of our cities even come close to both these countries. So the question is, what exactly happened to the smart city mission? Was it just a marketing gimmick, or did the vision really make sense? If it was so promising, why couldn't the government execute it to perfection? And as citizens of India, what should we learn from the failure of the government? Before we move ahead, let me quickly talk to you about India's #1 smile correction brand, Tootsie. If you have crooked teeth or gaps between teeth, it breaks your confidence, right? You stop smiling, you dodge photos, and your mind keeps reminding you that your teeth aren't aligned. And most of us just live with it. Because the only solution we've seen is metal braces that are painful, wired, and honestly, more awkward than the teeth that we're trying to fix. Misaligned teeth isn't just a cosmetic concern, it's a health problem. Your food gets stuck, cleaning becomes harder, and slowly you end up dealing with bad breath, cavities, and even gum issues. This is where Tootsie's invisible aligners completely flip the script. Tootsie basically fixes all that with their invisible teeth aligners. These aligners straighten your crooked teeth and close those gaps in just 6 to 12 months, which is way faster than braces. And when you wear them, they are completely invisible. Plus, they are removable, so there are no food restrictions, no hygiene struggles at all. All you have to do is book a 3D teeth scan on their website or app. You can even choose a home scan or visit one of their 40 centers all across India. After the scan, Tootsie's orthodontist will create a personalized smile plan just for you. And once you approve it, your customized aligners will get delivered straight to your door. Tootsie's aligners are US FDA cleared, fully orthodontist backed, and trusted by 3 lakh people all across the country. Their EMI option starts at 1499 a month, making them super affordable as well. If you've got misaligned teeth or teeth gaps, you don't need to hide your smile anymore. Just fix it comfortably and confidently with Tootsie. And you can book your free teeth scan with the link in the description. The first thing we need to understand is the purpose behind launching Smart City Mission. And I must tell you that it was a revolutionary idea. People, today India faces an extraordinary paradox. It's called the urban-rural imbalance. Let's take Mumbai and Bihar as an example. Mumbai is known as the city of dreams. So millions of people have been migrating from UP and Bihar all the way to Mumbai in search of jobs. And this has been happening since independence. And while business is booming in Mumbai, on the other side of India, the villages of Bihar are losing entire generations to migration. This creates a vicious cycle. Fewer people in Bihar means less investment means no industries means no jobs, and lack of jobs further increases migration. On top of that, if there isn't enough economic activity, the state of Bihar ends up generating less revenue while Mumbai is minting money. In fact, you will be shocked to know that Mumbai alone has a GDP of $277 billion, whereas the entire state of Bihar, I repeat, the entire state of Bihar has a GDP of just $130 billion. So can you believe that? A city in India is practically generating twice the GDP of an entire state in India. And the irony is that Bihar has one of the largest reserves of coal, it has one of the largest reserves of gemstones, and even 57% of India's gold reserves. So this creates a double disadvantage. On one side, while cities like Mumbai are choking with overcrowding, sky-high real estate prices, and terrible quality of life, on the other side in Bihar, villages and small towns are trapped in the opposite crisis. Underdevelopment, no real opportunities, and an economy that's barely moving. And this creates a vicious cycle. In Bihar, bright minds migrate out, causing a brain drain. Local industries struggle to find skilled workforce, and tax revenue remains low, which limits infrastructure development. Look at this. Bihar's per capita GDP today stands at 68,000 rupees per year, while Mumbai stands at a staggering 6.4 lakh rupees per year. That means an average person in Mumbai nearly makes 10 times more money than an average person in Bihar. This is the urban-rural imbalance, which is bad for both cities like Mumbai and for states like Bihar. And if you look at the scale of this challenge, it is absolutely mind-boggling. Today, 35% of Indians live in cities, and by 2030, that figure will reach 40%. So, we will have 600 million urban residents. Do you realize that is double the population of America and more than the entire population of 27 European countries combined? This is the reason why when Modi ji came to power, he launched the Smart City Mission.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched this ambitious program.
The 100 Smart Cities Mission on June 25, 2015.
भाइयों बहनों, क्यों न हमारे देश में 100 नए शहर बने, आधुनिक शहर बने। अगर हम चाहें तो हम 100 नए शहरों का सपना आज देश की आवश्यकता के लिए कर सकते हैं।
And when this announcement happened, we all remember the feeling, right? There was excitement all across the country. And not just us, even US, France, Germany, Japan, Singapore, and companies like Siemens, Hitachi, and Schneider Electric, all of them came forward to help us build smart cities. But suddenly, after 4 years, nobody was talking about smart city at all. And today, people are still migrating, our cities are still choking, and our infrastructure is still overloaded. In fact, Delhi today passionately tops the list of the world's most polluted cities in the world as if it's a badge of honor. So the question is, what happened to the Smart City Mission and why are we not talking about it? Well, firstly, building new cities from scratch turned out to be financially unsustainable due to 3 reasons. Number one, the central government did not allocate enough funds for the project at all. While the total planned central mission support was 48,000 crores over 5 years, the total budget estimate for the first 3 years was just over 15,000 crores. And what I found absolutely shocking was that in FY 17-18, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs required 13,646.3 crores for the first installment for 99 cities. But only 3,989.5 crores was actually allocated at the budget estimate stage. So basically, we launched a 100 smart city revolution with the budget of a medium-sized flyover. That's not planning, that's political Photoshop. And as it turns out, we are very good at Photoshop. And you know what's even funnier? Even the funds that were successfully released by the center to the cities were actually not being spent properly. For example, as of December 2017, 9,860 crores had been released to 60 selected cities under the mission. But out of these funds, only 645 crores had been utilized. So only 7% of the funds were actually used. And you know how much money they spent on Ranchi and Andaman? They spent 35 lakhs and 54 lakh rupees in both these places. So what did the agencies do with 35 lakhs and 54 lakhs? You can't even build and maintain a telecom tower for 50 lakh rupees, and they're talking about smart city. And this is what begs another important question. Usually governments face budget problems, but here the money is actually allocated. So the question is, how can the government not use it? It's a joke. Well, that is because of the third problem. 3 years after the mission launch, the Standing Committee on Urban Development said that the majority of the identified projects were still at the stage of preparing a detailed project reports. So they were still preparing and they did not submit the reports on time. I think they were hiring engineering students from Pune University who never knew how to submit a report on time. So firstly, the money was falling short, but out of the money allocated, nobody utilized it. And why? Because the project report was not prepared. So the government said, "ठीक है, ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा. Let's try something else." So instead of building new cities, they thought we can upgrade the existing cities using a retrofit model. Basically, fancy words for admitting we forgot how to plan the project before the announcement. So the Modi government decided to introduce 2 new things. And to be very honest, they were practical solutions to a practical problem. The first thing they introduced was special purpose vehicles. And the second thing they introduced was public-private partnerships. SPVs or special purpose vehicles were designed to bypass bureaucracy. But spoiler alert, they created even more terrible problems. And the public-private partnerships was supposed to be amazing, but the private players just forgot to show up. Let me explain. In simple words, retrofit means giving old cities a complete makeover. So instead of building new cities from scratch, the government said we will focus on cities that already exist. It makes sense, right? So the government said we will upgrade their roads, transport, electricity and water supply and turn them into smart cities. So the first bet was special purpose vehicles. SPVs are basically separate companies set up for each project. Their main job is to cut through the bureaucracy and get the job done. For example, Bhopal Smart City Development Corporation Limited, a 50-50 state municipal company, directly issues tenders, signs contracts and implements projects without going through normal municipal bureaucracy. Secondly, public-private partnerships was designed to solve financial challenge. In this setup, the government provides land and support to the private companies while the private companies bring in money, technology and expertise. So by sharing responsibilities, projects face less financial pressure and they get completed much faster. And a classic example of an extraordinary PPP project is the Mumbai-Pune Expressway. Now the government says that these strategies have worked out very well for smart cities. According to the government report, over 8,000 multi-sector projects are currently underway across 100 cities with a total investment of 1.64 lakh crores. And the government says that more than 90% of the projects are completed. Sounds impressive, right? I thought so too. But the reality says,
वाह मोदी जी वाह.
Ravaging floods, wreaking havoc in cities, leading to infrastructure collapse, crumbling down of buildings, severely affecting transportation.
Many have spoken about Smart Cities mission, which is a failed mission.
Here's the reality. Out of the 100 cities, only 18 cities actually finished their actually planned projects. And the other 82, well, even after extending their deadlines, many couldn't get their initiatives off the ground. And those that were completed mostly had only surface level changes. For example, in Jaipur, 10 crore rupees was spent to beautify old city gates, but today they're already cracked, they're already leaking, and they're already falling apart. Then another 76 lakh rupees went into fixing a park that is now overgrown with a dead fountain and 0 working CCTV cameras. And you know what's the irony? While doing all of this, the city's most pressing problems like traffic, congestion, water supply, sewage systems and affordable housing, all of it went for a toss. So we practically built monuments of bureaucratic failure and called them smart cities. And what happened to public-private partnership? Look at this. In 2017, the plan for Patna Smart City was launched, aiming to complete 44 projects with a cost of 2,776 crores. But according to a CAG report, Patna Smart City was unable to raise the expected funds from PPPs and government schemes. So by 2022, the number of projects dropped from 44 to just 29 and the budget fell from 2,776 crores to just 980 crores. In simple words, 2/3 of Patna Smart City's original vision had to be scrapped. Then we saw the incompetency of the municipal institutions. Under the smart city mission, every city was given a huge bundle of projects at once, like mobility, e-governance, energy, education, everything at once. And here's where the problem started. Even though the projects were great on paper, the municipal institutions simply weren't capable to run them. They didn't have the manpower, they didn't have the systems, and they didn't have project management capacity. So out of the 100 smart cities, 46 were small cities with populations under 5 lakh, and these cities were expected to spend over 1,000 crores on these complex projects. Then they developed something called area-based development, or ABD. This meant every city would pick one small neighborhood and turn it into a model smart locality. Basically, the perfect example of what a smart city could look like. But here's where the real problem began. This so-called model area usually covered just a tiny part of the city. So while one neighborhood got modern roads, streetlights, and fancy infrastructure, the other part of the city was left exactly the way it was, untouched and ignored. Take Jaipur for example. Most of the smart city projects there were concentrated in the old walled city and a few selected corridors. These areas got a complete makeover. They got new street lights, freshly paved footpaths, and neatly painted walls. And some beautification was also made to make them look smart. But the moment you step outside these showcase zones, when you go to the outer parts of Jaipur, where most people actually live, you will see that people there saw no real change. The same broken roads, poor drainage, and traffic chaos continued like before. So essentially, while a small pocket of the city was turned into a showroom for smart development, the rest of the Jaipur was left behind. And lastly, there were vanity flaws. In many cities, the focus shifted from solving real problems to funding show-off projects. Take Ajmer for example. In 2016, Ajmer Smart City received a budget of 1,845 crores. The plan was to fix roads, improve drainage and sewage systems. But what actually happened? The money went into flashy, unnecessary projects like a food court which was built near Love Kush Garden but had to be demolished soon. A 7 Wonders replica was created near the Anna Sagar Lake and now it is in the process of being removed. Even Gandhi Udyan structure was modified but turned out to be unsafe. So while crores were spent, Ajmer's real issues like broken drainage, failing sewage and missing footpaths, they were left completely unresolved. So if you're a government official who's watching this video, please tell us, did the smart city mission really succeed or are we seeing it the wrong way? Because if you're seeing it the wrong way, we would like to see the real picture to see where exactly did the government achieve success. And if you're a resident of one of these smart cities, please drop a comment and tell us whether your city has really become smart or not. Click a picture and tag us on Instagram and we will share it to show India the reality of smart mission. This is the story of Smart City Mission of India. And this story teaches us 3 very, very important lessons. Lesson number 1, if we really want to bring change, it has to start with the local governments. We have to make sure that power is decentralized to an extent where local governments can actually control what is happening in those cities. And unless we decentralize power, we will be stuck in bureaucracy. Lesson number 2, making a smart city doesn't just mean putting up CCTV cameras or launching apps. The first priority has to be the basics: water, sewage, roads, street lighting and waste management. If these basic services fail, smart tech won't help at all. And last and most importantly, we as citizens need to cut through the marketing of the government and criticize the government to tell them that we are not dumb to be fooled by marketing. So for a second, please do your work instead of just putting up PR campaigns and show us real progress. If you do, we will be the first set of people to actually market it to the world saying that India is successful. Because your success is our success. But before we say goodbye, do check out Tootsie's invisible aligners that work the same way as braces but invisibly and in a far lesser time. Just 6 to 12 months. Book your free teeth scan from the link in the description. That's all from my side for today, guys. If you learned something valuable from this episode, please hit the like button in order to make YouTube Baba happy. And for more such insightful business and political case studies, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.